Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the KCK Inspiring Moments with Kaylin live podcast. I am your host, Kaylin John Louis, and I hope you are all having a glorious Sunday, whether you went to church or even if you relax at your home or even traveled somewhere. I just hope you had an amazing day. I am super delighted to be back on with you all tonight, especially tonight because we are talking about one of my all-time favorite things, my all-time favorite times of the year, because as you all know, KCK constantly has something coming up, a big event, and so we're going to dig right into that today. But before I get in there, just a friendly reminder that if you are comfortable and you are able, make sure that you are continuing to practice safety precautions, making sure that you're washing your hands around people, even being safe, because while there are different things going on, we still want to make sure everybody's safety is ensured, especially even if you're in a crowd. Make sure you're with a couple people so nothing dangerous happens, but just be safe at all times. Like I say, I want you all to be safe. I love you all. I care about you. So do me a favor and stay safe. Try to do things that are safe for yourself. I also say that if you are dealing with any illnesses or anything, I hope that you feel better. I hope that you get better. Praying for you all, praying for those who have gone through a tough time, especially with things we see on the news, because there have been lots of violence going on across the nation. So praying for those families. But I love you all, and I just thank you all for tuning in today. As of right now, if you are watching, please go ahead and say hello, just so I know that you're in the chat. Make sure that you are, if you have any questions at any time, to please tune in, to please keep up with me and keep up with the show. I also would like you to connect with me on my social media platforms, the first one being YouTube, which is subscribing to the KCK Inspiring Moments with Kaylin YouTube channel and turn on your post notifications. Then you have Instagram, which is at Kaylin Cares 15. On there, you can see all things Kaylin's Caring Connection, especially when it comes to events or upcoming podcasts. It will all be on there. You also can follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn and say the same things as Instagram, and that is at Kaylin's Caring Connection for Facebook and LinkedIn. And then, of course, the biggest thing that I ask people to go to is the website, which is www.kaylinscaringconnection.com. And on there, you will see why I started Kaylin's Caring Connection, a little bit about me, things about upcoming events, past social media opportunities that I've been given, and anything when it comes to donating and shopping KCK merchandise, especially like the one I have on. But I am super duper grateful for everyone being on. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. And I just really hope that for those who are on, you are listening, you have your ears open, because today's show is going to be amazing, and I am super duper excited. Now let's get deeper into today's topic. If you've been keeping up with KCK, then you know that each year we host a 12 days of caring drive to give back to those in our community. My focus has always been geared towards children and youth, and ensuring that I bring smiles to them and their faces, their hearts, all the whole nine, just to be able to show them that if nobody cares, I care. And in February of this year, 2021, I started the Youth Care Movement to acknowledge, celebrate, honor, and advocate for youth ages 8 to 18 who are serving as youth caregivers to their parents, siblings, and loved ones. In continuing my mission with the YCT Movement, this year, I have connected with a special organization, and we will be raising funds and collecting items for them to spread joy during this holiday season. This organization is called the Hang Tough Foundation, and tonight I have a very special guest with me from their organization. She is the executive director, and she has created this organization to serve and help so many people in our community. So without further ado, I want to welcome Miss JANELLE IRWIN to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me tonight.
Of course, I love that you are on. I'm super duper excited just about today's show. So one thing I do want you to be able to do, just tell us a little bit about yourself and the Hang Tough Foundation.
Perfect. Can do. Well, the first thing I have to say is, Kaylin, you are an inspiration. Listening to you talk just fills me with so much joy to see the young people of our community jumping in and doing more. Does something for my soul. So thank you for being you and all that you're doing for our community. A little bit about me. My name is JANELLE IRWIN. Married to my husband. I have 2 kiddos. I have Kaylin, very close in name, who is 11 at Montfort, and I have Grayson, who is 9 at Roberts Elementary. And I did found Hang Tough Foundation back in 2015, but the story of Hang Tough begins before that. My son, Grayson, was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 11 months old. And during his journey, we saw a need, myself as well as another mama, Michelle Hart, who had a child with cancer, just to rally around families going through the unthinkable, any type of diagnosis, from special needs to chronic illness to life-altering illness, just to love and support them during their journey and let them know that they never have to fight alone and that we're in this together. And so we founded the organization when Grayson had about 6 months left in his treatment. And I can tell you, we're about to celebrate our 7th birthday, and we have grown very rapidly, much faster than we ever imagined possible. And so we're serving about 850 heroes, which is a child with a diagnosis, and all their family members in Leon, Jefferson, Gadsden, and Wakulla County.
Wow. Y'all, did y'all hear that? They're almost 7 years. Go ahead and put congratulations in the chat. That is a huge milestone. I am super proud of you all. And just to know that we have this amazing resource of being able, just in our community, right in our reach, is amazing to know that you all are here. Also, I like what you said, that we're all in this together. I really like that, because even with this whole year, we've seen that with COVID, with so much going on, we're all in this together when it comes to working together and being able to come together to help the community. So definitely commend you on that.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Now, when it comes to talking about the Hang Tough Foundation, as she said, they're helping children with chronic illnesses. So that's cancer, that may be some people who have osteoporosis. It's a variety of illnesses that they're helping people care for. But there is one thing that you all have, which is called your Sidekicks. And that has to do with a lot of the caregiver aspect. And would you mind explaining that some more to the audience?
Absolutely. So one of the differences about Hang Tough Foundation from other organizations is that we focus a pocket of our programs and services on each unit of the family, and then of course the family as a whole, because it's not just the child with a diagnosis that goes through a change in their family system or a change in their lifestyle to adjust to that. So we take care of the caregivers, which is oftentimes the parents or grandparents, but we also have this population that many times is overlooked, and it's what we call the sidekicks, but it's the siblings of the child with the diagnosis. Their worlds get turned upside down. All of a sudden they have a brother or a sister that has a diagnosis, that they're faced with what is cancer, what is autism, what is cerebral palsy. And these kids, that's what they are. They're simply kids, but they have to take on additional roles in their house, and they become caregivers just as much as oftentimes us as parents do, speaking from experience. And so what's amazing about that is oftentimes people think about the ill child and they forget that there's this other child sitting back, watching everything going on, jumping in and growing wise beyond their years. And it's really incredible. So we have a specific program called Sidekicks Day that we do at least 3 times a year, where we can love on those kiddos, make sure they know that they are, 1, loved, that they are 2, noticed. And I know, Kaylin, what you guys say is we see you. And
Yes,
that's exactly what this program is about at Hang Tough, is we see you. We see what you're giving to your family. It does not go unnoticed. And we want to put you on a pedestal for a day. We want to love on you, and we want you to have the best time ever. Just knowing how important you are to your family and the part that you play, the role that you play in your household. So we'll take them places like Urban Air and get them a special date with their parents, or we will take them to, we've gone bowling before. We have done scavenger hunts around town before, and it ends, of course, at an ice cream truck, because that only makes sense. A whole bunch of different things where they can just spend time with their parents one-on-one and get that love and that feel good that they deserve.
Yes, that feel good is so important, especially even like you said, from your own experience, from my own experience, even as a youth caregiver, those moments just to take a break and just to be able to breathe is just something that is so important, especially when you're a caregiver. And even I am so happy that you all have that just for the kids, because a lot of times they do end up getting forgotten. I've had a couple people who've had to see that. And I mean, from a caregiver's perspective, while you're watching other people caring for them, you're not only watching the main caregiver do stuff, but you're watching the kid go through it and the caregiver, and then you're going through it at your own. Like, can you imagine an 8-year-old or even just an 18-year-old going through that same thing? It's so much stress. It can be so many different things that go into it, but just to have that in the community is amazing. I think Siblings Day sounds so cool, and I would, for those who are watching, if you have kids, if you have people who are helping care for one of your children, or you have those people in your family that are struggling and they've been there every step of the way to care for that person, go ahead and sign them up for Sidekick Day. It's going to be something amazing for them, a time for them to get a breather, and just a time for them to enjoy their childhood while they can, while they're also growing up. But yes,
absolutely. And that's the thing, Kaylin, I don't think a lot of people think about. And the statistic is actually 64% of these siblings have adverse reactions to having a child in the home that needs extra caregiving, whether it's depression or anxiety, things like that. And so we want to offset that. You're exactly right. They need a chance to breathe and just be kids, because that's what they are at their core. First and foremost is their kids. And that's just an additional role that they've been given as caregiver. And so that's our whole goal, is to breathe, have a little fun, shake off everything from the day. And what our parents have told us coming back from these events, and I think the percentage is 94% of our families says that the mood in their house has changed once they get home from Sidekicks Day. Their sidekicks are grooving a little bit better. They're not as begrudgingly doing things. It just makes them feel good. And so we love what we get to do. So yes, please join us.
That sounds awesome. Yes, please join them, y'all. But that is amazing. And since we're on the caregiver spot and just on that, I know that even with your whole story with your son, you had to step into the role as a caregiver. So how was that for you?
Woo. It's a journey, man. It's a journey to have an infant that was diagnosed with cancer. You never think it's going to be you until it is. And it rocked our world. But what we were able to do, it doesn't mean there's not hard moments and it was not exhausting and tiring. We were able to find the good in every day, man, because there is so much good in this community surrounding people going through these extraordinary circumstances. That we found parts of ourselves that we didn't even know existed. I mean, you can dig into the deep depths of your soul when you're going through something like that. There's no exhaustion that is too great to care for your child. And so I just, it was hard. It was long. There were days that you would find me laying on the floor crying, let's be honest. But then there were days that there was so much joy among the journey, and just grateful to have my son with me today. 9 years old, healthy and happy. But that caregiver role is intense. And a lot of people, don't realize how long and hard it can be, but that's where the community comes in. And I was never standing alone. And had I been, I might have crumbled more than I did. But having people that loved on us, our church family that loved on us and supported us through the journey, they're who kept us standing and kept us going to keep him as healthy as possible. So caregiving's no joke, whether it's for a child, whether it's for a parent. Caregiving is a full-time job, and a lot of our caregivers in our community also have paying full-time jobs on top of it. So we need to give a huge round of applause to all those people that are taking care of others, because it's 24/7, it's non-stop. And we are just so grateful for all of them, because there's no one better to take care of you than a family member.
Right.
And
Have
hopefully my kids will take care of me when I get old.
I believe they will. I believe they will, especially after seeing you care for them. It's like, oh yeah, this is something we have to do. But like you said, it's very important. Caregiving is a full-time job. It takes time. You're gonna have highs and lows. You're gonna have times where everything's sunny. You're gonna have times where things are very, very low and sad. But I like what you said, that you took something, you try to make every day positive. You try to find the good in every day. That's what you have to do, because if you sit around and soak a lot and sit around and feel sorry for what happened or try to wish you could change the situation, that's only gonna make it worse. You just have
Absolutely.
to accept it, roll with the punches, and keep going. My mom's saying is keep going, keep pushing, keep caring, keep loving. That's her thing that she's always said for a minute. And so I
My,
needed to do that.
my mama always told me I had 24 hours to whine and pout and be really upset. And then when the 24 hours up, it was time to pull myself up by my bootstraps and just figure out how I was going to keep going and go. But we always had a 24-hour window that we were allowed to experience any emotion we wanted to, and then it was go time. And that was exactly one of my coping mechanisms. I would lay in bed at night and I would say, what was the good in today? And some days it was merely that person in the hallway when I went down to get food at the hospital smiled at me. And that was as simple as it came. And other days it was big, joyous things. But I found the more I did that every night, the more easily I was able to see the good in the day. So I feel like if we make a habit of that in our lives, it becomes more evident the more you look for it.
Wow. Well, we do have a question on the floor. I love what you said, especially about finding the good, because those little things, the little things make everything happy. And the little things are what make life so enjoyable, especially when you're going through something so hard. But it says, what advice would you give to other parents facing a sudden diagnosis with the child, especially when they're younger in age?
Yeah. One of the first things I always recommend to families is they find someone else to be the point of communication. That sounds really funny for that to be the first thing to do. But as a caregiver, your first and foremost full focus should be on your child. And your phone is going to ring off the hook. Your Facebook messages are going to go a little crazy. People are going to want to know how to help and what they can do, which is amazing. So if you can find someone else to be that point of contact and start filtering some of that information for you, you can be present with your child, because I know my sister did that for me in the very beginning, because where I needed to be focused was right on my son, right in that hospital room, and I didn't need to be typing on my phone 24/7. And so that is always one of my biggest recommendations. Personally, I would tell you to hit your knees and pray too. That was my solace during my journey. But get those people around you that bring positivity, that bring joy, that can sit in silence with you when it's time to sit in silence. That can sit there while you cry and they don't feel like they have to fix it. They just can cry with you. Surround yourself with the right people who can help filter some of those things and bring joy where joy is needed. And but be present for your child. That's my big thing.
It does definitely take some, even for a normal child. That's great advice just for people who aren't dealing with stuff, to be present with your child, because they need you there. They need you on a constant basis, but especially when you're caring for someone, caring for a child. Of course, even when they're younger, they may not even understand what's going wrong with them. They're just
so scared. They're so scared.
They don't know what's going on. They're just there and they hear you have these illnesses and they can't fully register what that means. So I love that you said be present with them, be that comfort for them. Then it's good to also, like you said, have a village that can support you, because while you're going through stuff, you need people to lift you up and you need people there to help you go through every step of the way. Because I mean, that's what happens with a lot of caregivers. Those who don't have those people around them, a lot of them feel so much stress and so much pain because they don't have those people there. So I think it's amazing that it's 2021. We have so much technology where you can instantly connect with someone or with a support group, just to have that level there. And it's good to have people in your life. So if you are a caregiver, you don't have a village, you don't have things, look for those support groups. Sure, I think my mom has one, a couple other people have some too, but it's good. Do you all offer that as well?
Yes, we do have support groups as well. We offer a morning group as well as an evening group once a month. And it's a time to build community and engage with other people, to have that person you can text when you're having a rough day. Absolutely. That was one of our big programs that we launched in the very beginning.
That's awesome. Support is such a
Mhm.
good word to catapult and transition us into the main thing. But like I said, y'all, this Hang Tough Foundation, as you've heard from this conversation, it's truly amazing. It's truly a way to help serve kids and other children who are dealing with chronic illnesses in our community because, like we both said, support is key, and having organizations here like Hang Tough Foundation, like Kaylin's Care and Konnection, and all the other ones that are helping serve, it's so amazing to just have that level of support and that level of appreciation for those people. And so, of course, I couldn't pass up the opportunity of saying, let's partner with them because, like I said, 12 Days of Caring Drive, we consistently try to focus on youth, try to focus on helping them know that, yes, during Christmas season, it can be rough, especially when you are dealing with an illness. You may not have family, especially now because of COVID. You're not able to have as many people in the hospital. You're not as able to do the things that you wish to do and comfortably. You may not get presents, you may not get toys. So just to be able to donate to such an amazing organization who's going to be sending care packages
Mhm.
is awesome. And so just to get into a little bit of information about what we will be doing together with the 12 Days of Caring Drive. Like I said, we've partnered with them, and KCK is going to be collecting items and certain donations to be able to put together or help them put together their care packages. These care packages are sent to their families during hospital stays, before surgeries, during rough times, and after the passing of a child, which definitely is needed because you can never expect something like that, especially if they're dealing with it. You can never really be prepared for that. So having something to help them feel joy, to help them feel happiness, I think is amazing. And many of these families also have their what they call their sidekicks, their youth
Mhm.
caregivers in to step in. And so we are so blessed to be able to have found you and to be able to say, hey, we want to help. We want to raise awareness for these people, and we want to simply let them know that if no one else cares, we care,
Mhm.
we see them, and we hope they have an amazing holiday season.
Absolutely. And care packages are such a big part of what we do. There's nothing more, it sounds so simple that a bag full of goodies brings such joy, but someone remembered me, someone knows what I'm going through, someone thought about me. One of the joys of what we do at Hang Tough Foundation is we do not pre-create our care packages. When we hear about a need in our community, we or a family going into the hospital or an upcoming surgery, we actually curate it specifically for that family at that time. So there's something in each care package for every single family member, because of course it's not just the hero that's going through it, it's the youth caregiver, it's the sidekicks, it's the parents. So there's something in that package, and the joy that we get to know our families, and we know if she loves unicorns, or we know if he loves Marvel comics, that we can make it specifically tailored to them and their needs. So it's not a cookie cutter thing. So having supplies on hand like you guys are collecting for us is so vital for us to be able to move quickly, to get something packaged and up to the hospital or in the mail. A lot of our kiddos go to hospitals at Shands and Gainesville and Jacksonville and even as far as Miami. So if we can get something ready pretty quickly and get it out, having those items on hand is so important to let them know that we're on it and we're paying attention.
That's so awesome. And I mean, what better to have something nice there? And so, as y'all see on the screen, we do have some drop off locations, which will be at Capital City Mitsubishi, which is 3106 West Tennessee Street, Tallahassee, Florida 32304. We also have a second drop off location, which is Halo Salon and Experience, which is at 413 North Magnolia Drive, Tallahassee, Florida 32308. And just to give you an overview, of course, you're going to be seeing different things throughout the week, especially flyers saying that today, this is what we're asking for, because it is 12 days. They have given us a wish list of things to get, but we love to personalize it, love to have each day. So tomorrow is the kickoff day because the drive will be December 6th through December 17th for the 12 days. But tomorrow is also a special day because it's my mom's birthday. Woo, woo, woo. Yep. But we're decided to kick it off, and we're going to start by just some of the things that they have on here are crayons, markers, colored pencils, small painting books or kits, journals, adult coloring books, Kohl's Care Bears and stuffed animals, bubble bath, nail polish remover, nail polish, hand sanitizer. You have shampoo, conditioner, simple things. There's so much on the list that you can see on the KCK website. But like it said, to us, it may seem like something that, why would they want this, or this is so simple. But to them, it puts such a smile on their face. Simple things. It's the little things a lot of times that brighten up their day, especially when they're going through these things. So I ask that you all, please, as we have these next 12 days, like I said, you're going to be seeing a lot of Kaylin on social media telling you to get ready, get geared up, because we want to push this out. We want to be able to donate to the Hang Tough Foundation. Miss IRWIN, you're doing such amazing things with this organization. And if you all want to donate to KCK for it, even if you can't purchase an item specifically, you can always give a monetary donation, which is Cash App at Kaylin Cares 15. Well, not Kaylin, I'm sorry, at Kaylin Cares. Then you have PayPal, which is at Kaylin Care and Connect. And you can also, if you need to see any more additional information, you can go to the website, which is www.kaylinscareandconnection.com. You can also mail it to the P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 1650. 16576, Tallahassee, Florida 32317. And so please make those checks out to Kaylin's Care and Connection Incorporated. But I also want them to be able to go visit the Hang Tough Foundation, because this is amazing things. We want them to be able to see, even if they wish to donate. So what are some of your ways people can connect with you?
Absolutely. We'd love for you to go visit our website. It's hangtoughfoundation.org. If you are a family that's in our community that has a child with a chronic life-altering illness or special needs, we are here for you, and we want to be a resource for you. There is a place on the very front page of the website that says Sign Up Your Hero. It is a quick and easy form. We want you to get the services you need when you need them. So we invite you to join our family, because that's what we are. We're one big extended family that is here to love and support one another. So please sign up. We'll send you a welcome email. We'll send you a welcome package in the mail, and then you will be privy to all of the events and programs like Sidekicks Day and support groups and everything else we have going on, where you can pick and choose which services your family needs at that given time. Just because you sign up doesn't mean you have to participate in everything. You can kind of jump in where your needs are. Of course, we are 99% volunteer run, so we are always looking for helpful hands. All these events like support groups and parents' night out, where we give those adult caregivers a little bit of a break, we have to have people to help watch these children. So we are always looking for volunteers to join our team, come to an event. Let me tell you, these kids will change your world. You will meet them one time and you will be sold on every single one of them. They just melt your heart in 2 seconds flat. So we would love for you to volunteer with us on the engage portion of the website. There's a place for volunteer. There's also leadership positions and committee roles that you could join us on. But get on that website, play around, check it out, read about the programs and services, watch a few videos, and we would love for you to get involved with us.
Yes. And for those who are seeing it scrolling, their website is www.hangtoughfoundation.org. So make sure you go on there, check them out, get the services, because like I'm telling you, this is very important. It helps a lot of people in our community, and we want to just keep partnering and keep helping. As you all know, with me, I'm big on support. I'm big on connecting with people, because I believe the more we come together and the more we stick together, the greater and bigger things we can do in our world, in our community, just to better the lives of other people. So I'm grateful Miss Irwin, thank you so much for just simply explaining everything today. Thank you for being a guest on. I appreciate you so much. And I thank you for just being willing to let us partner with you, let us connect with you. And I thank you so, so much.
Well, thank you. We are excited to make this connection with y'all. We're excited to see what the community does to help get us ready for our new year and more care packages to go out. So thank you for all you're doing. Like I said, you are an inspiration. And as a parent of a young caregiver myself and my daughter, I am so proud of you. And I love to see what you guys are going to do, because y'all are going to take over the world one day, and I can't wait to see it.
I believe it too. I believe we both will. So thank you so, so much. It's been my pleasure to have you on today as a guest. And everybody who's been on, this is the 12 Days of Caring Drive. Woo-hoo! So you have that information on there. It has been awesome. Again, I thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Without your love, without your support, I would not be where I am today. And I just thank you all, because you all motivate me to do what I'm doing right here, to constantly keep caring, every day waking up to be here. I just love you all. I will see you next week. Of course, I'm going to be talking about this again, but for another episode of Kaylin's Caring Connection Inspiring Moments with Kaylin live podcast. So make sure you are tuning in for that. Make sure you're tuning in on all social media platforms again, because like I said, I will be there. I will be there telling everybody and reminding. And whether you give $5, whether you give 500, whether you purchase everything on the list, or whether you purchase one thing on the list, anything that you do will help, because at the end of the day, I just want to be able to give back to the community. So every donation, everything that we have, I thank you so much. We have also partnered with Walmart, so thank you for doing that. And thank you to Miss Laurice Thomas. She has always been a big supporter, and she has already helped donate and sow into this amazing organization and just helped me throughout every step of the way. So I thank you all so, so much. But that has been this episode. Again, I'll see you next week. I love you all, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.